Hi guys, I'm Erica. Welcome to Hack Your Health and welcome to Vancouver Island. Today I'm going to talk about how to start a preliminary yoga practice for Crohn's disease, digestion, and autoimmune diseases. Could also be useful for chronic stress or for people who are not ready to do advanced poses yet. And I'm going to give you a little bit of the idea of yoga philosophy and what the aims and purposes of yoga are. And then I'll give you some examples of poses that you can start with that will help you connect your body and your mind and bring you into a state that is more grounded and relaxed and more conducive to digestion and other body activities that happen when you're in a resting state. So I'll first tell you that I did my yoga teacher training in Rishikesh in India, and I've been practicing yoga for about 12 years, and I've been teaching a little bit for about 5 years. It's not my main job, it's just something that I do on the weekends normally, or here and there when I get the opportunity. It's not my main income, but it's something that I've been doing for quite a while and a passion that I have, and something that I have found very helpful in my own life as well. So a lot of the time when you go to yoga class in the West, you don't really get much understanding about what yoga really is. So that's why I thought I'd introduce a little bit of the foundation philosophy as I understand it. So basically the word yoga comes from the word yog, which is like a yoke, how to put an oxen to a cart, what attaches them. And basically it means to unite. So it's uniting the body, the mind, and the breath together. In addition to uniting the body and the mind, yoga also aims to improve awareness of the body and the mind. And when you're aware of things, you have a lot more control. So basically, as you go deeper into your awareness, you gain more choice. So basically, if you're not aware of something, you can't change it. Let's say you have a subconscious thought pattern that you're not aware of. Until you become aware of it, there's nothing you can do to change it. And it's similar with things in your body. The more awareness that you have, the more ability you have to make positive changes. And another thing we learned in yoga teacher training, which I'm not 100% sure the wording, but I'll find it and put it in the description box. But basically it's to teach you to avoid the things that you cannot endure and endure the things that you cannot avoid. So basically it aims to reduce your suffering as much as possible, but of course in life there will always be things that you cannot avoid, and yoga aims to help you manage and deal with those things in a better way so that you don't suffer as much and are able to deal with them. So in my yoga teacher training, they did do a little bit about autoimmune diseases, and basically the understanding that the teacher that I had gave us was there are two ways that the body can be functioning, or the nervous system, for example. You can either be in a stress mode, like fight, flight, or freeze, for example. So that's when you sense a threat, and that puts more of the blood into your extremities, and it shuts off things like your digestion and even your immune system to some extent, because those things are not necessary for your immediate survival. So that state is concerned with the immediate time and keeping you alive for the next 10 minutes kind of thing. Whereas the resting state is more focused on your immune system, your digestion, and more your organs, so not your extremities. So that's more the state that human beings are meant to be in most of the time. But for a lot of people, they're in a constant state of stress, a constant state of fight or flight. And over time, what this does is it can affect the digestive system, of course, and it can also affect the immune system. And this is not medical advice, this is just sharing information that I have learned in my life. It's for you to take it or leave it as it suits you. But basically, if you constantly suppress the immune system, we were given the metaphor of constantly suppressing a group of people. So let's say there's an indigenous tribe, for example, that is constantly being suppressed by the government. After a while, what's probably going to happen is that they are going to rise up and revolt. So you could see it the same way with your immune system. It's being suppressed and suppressed and suppressed due to this constant fight or flight. And after a while, it just starts to revolt. And that could be part of the issue with autoimmune diseases, according to what we were taught in my yoga teacher training. So the idea is that it's very difficult once you're in that chronic state to get into a calm state again, because it's become such an ingrained habit. So if you start to work on calming your nerves and focusing on your breath and bringing a sense of groundedness and peace, and really work on getting yourself into that more calm, restful state. Basically, that is one of the goals of yoga and one of the ways in which it could be helpful for people who are suffering with autoimmune and digestive diseases, which is not a medical claim, just a statement that I am making as an individual. And a lot of the time, people are also told to practice meditation, and I've told a lot of people to practice meditation. And these are also very helpful for people who are wanting to start a meditation practice, as well as people who want to start a yoga practice, because it can be very hard to bring your awareness to your breath at the beginning. It's a lot easier to move in time with a posture. So basically, in the beginning, it's advised to practice these preliminary poses, and I'll just give you the first 3 today for you to try. And the idea is that they start to ground the body, connect the body and the mind, and connect you to your breath. As well, they also gently stimulate the lymphatic system and help with blood flow and circulation, and they also gently stimulate the nerves and start to make you aware of those parts of the body. So I'm just going to start with the ones that involve the feet, and I'm not going to demonstrate them because I think it's just weird to put your feet on the internet somehow, but I'll just tell you. So what you do is you can either lie down if sitting is uncomfortable, or you can sit with your legs out in front of you, leaning a little bit on your hands with your fingers pointed back, just beside your hips or just behind your hips. Have your feet straight in front of you, and then as you inhale, totally bring your toes up, and then as you exhale, curl your toes. So you're not moving the rest of your foot, just your toes. So kind of pretend that this is your toes. So you're facing up, and then you inhale, open, exhale, closed. Inhale, open, exhale, closed. And you do that, let's say 5 to 7 times. And then you keep the rest of your body completely relaxed as you do this. Then you inhale your toes towards you, moving your whole foot this time, and then exhale, point them all the way forward. So inhale, foot all the way forward, and then exhale, foot all the way flat. You do that 5 to 7 times as well. And it's very important to move with the breath, and your awareness is on your breath and on the movement, the part that's moving, and the rest is completely relaxed. And then you do some circles. So you start with your toes forward. So let's say like this was your toes, and then you go back, inhale back, and then exhale forward and around. Inhale back, exhale forward and around. And then you do that 5 to 7 times in each direction. And there's a whole series like this, and I'll put the book in the description box. It's a yoga textbook, and it goes through the entire body. And if you're interested in more of the series, I'm happy to do more videos and even go through the whole thing if you like. Or if you're interested in classes, let me know, because I'm still hoping to do that too. But basically, you can also do it with your neck. For example, you could just exhale your head down and then inhale it up, and then exhale down and inhale up, and then maybe do some circles. But basically, these slow, smooth movements that are done at the same time as your inhalation and exhalation is really helpful for bringing your awareness into your body and bringing your attention to your breath. And it's very helpful for grounding. And if you're having any kind of thoughts, because I think a lot of us that are kind of stuck in this flight or fight mode are there because of largely thought patterns. Like you're telling yourself something that stresses you and it puts you in that mode Because when you're thinking something, your body doesn't know the difference between whether it's just a thought or whether it's reality. So when you think about something, it's real to your body, basically. So if you're thinking again and again and about something that stresses you out, you're putting your body into that fight or flight mode again and again. And a very good way to break that cycle is to do these kinds of practices where your attention is on your body and your breath and not in that thought that's stressing you out. So that's basically what I wanted to share with you today, and I hope that you find it helpful. And if you'd like more videos that go more into that deeply, let me know. And for the full practice, I'll link the book in the description box as well if you're interested. And basically, I hope that it makes yoga a little bit less intimidating and a bit more of a useful tool for people that are in a healing stage, because I know a lot of the standing poses and a lot of the really intense poses are really not appropriate for people who are unwell. And by starting with some of these really simple movements and breathing exercises, it can have a lot of benefit without any of the risks associated with the more extreme poses. And I'll link a couple of the other yoga videos that I have if you're interested. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope this helps you. And if you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe. And if you like this video, please push like. And all the best to you on your healing journey. Thank you for watching. Okay.